Do you really know why you're no longer interested like before? If you're over 60 and find that your desire has faded, your sensitivity is not what it used to be, and moments of intimacy now feel distant or awkward, then please take a moment to stop and hear this. Because the problem may not lie in your age, or at least not just in your age, as you might have believed. For years, people have comforted each other with the phrase, "It's normal for sex to decline with age." That statement may sound reasonable, but unfortunately, it has quietly led many men to accept, to give up on connection, give up on confidence, and even worse, give up on themselves. But if you ask doctors who specialize in men's health, they'll tell you a truth that very few dare to speak aloud. The decline in desire, sensitivity, and sexual performance is not just a symptom of aging. It's also caused by silent blockages inside your body, in the smallest and most sensitive blood vessels. Unlike sharp pain or obvious symptoms, the blockage in the microvessels of the pelvic region happens quietly, without warning. Yet day by day, it gradually reduces blood flow to the genital area, a region that requires a refined and powerful circulatory system to maintain sensation, erection, and emotional connection. When blood no longer flows as freely as it used to, your sensitivity dulls, erections become weaker, recovery takes longer, and slowly confidence fades, slipping away with the years. The saddest part is, most men don't even realize what's really happening. They blame stress, their partner, or simply accept, maybe I'm just getting old. Western medicine isn't the long-term answer. You might have considered turning to medication, those little blue pills often marketed as a quick solution. But the truth is, these pills only force the body to respond temporarily, while the root problem, blocked blood vessels, remains, quietly growing worse. It's like pouring more gasoline into a car with clogged fuel lines. You might get it to run a little farther, but sooner or later the problem comes back, and often worse than before. So the real question is, where does the true solution lie? The answer lies in nature, where powerful herbs have been used for thousands of years to restore vitality, improve blood circulation, and awaken forgotten sensations and emotions. No harsh chemicals, no dangerous side effects, just smart plants that speak the body's language, working with it, not against it. But more important than anything is this: you have to choose correctly. The right herbs, in the right form, in the right dose. Not some cheap supplements from a gas station or unverified claims in flashy ads. When you choose the right path, your body starts to respond. Blood returns, sensation becomes clearer, and slowly but surely, you begin to feel the shift, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Before we dive into these powerful herbs, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss another tip that could help restore your health, energy, and even your intimacy. And if this message resonates with you, type a 1 in the comments and let me know how I can serve you better. Now, let's explore the 4 herbs your body has been quietly craving, herbs that can revive blood flow, restore sensitivity, and reignite the confidence you thought was lost forever. Korean red ginseng, a small root that rekindles the power of manhood. If you've ever believed that sharp sensitivity, natural desire, and the confidence to be close are things reserved only for the young, then perhaps you've never truly discovered Korean red ginseng. It's not a miracle drug. It's not something that forces your body to react for a few hours only to leave behind silent consequences. Ginseng is something far more profound. It restores flow, not just blood flow, but the life force within you. something that may have gone quiet for a long time but never truly disappeared. The secret lies in the smallest blood vessels, and ginseng knows how to open them. Many older men assume that fading intimacy, slower erections, or lack of excitement in the bedroom are simply part of aging. And to be fair, that's partly true. But there's another part, a deeper truth that lies hidden in the body, the tiny blood vessels in the pelvic region. As blood circulation slows, sensations dull. When blood doesn't flow properly, the body no longer responds the way it used to. And what makes this more dangerous is that it happens gradually and silently, so you barely notice, until one day the connection feels distant and your confidence slowly erodes. That's when ginseng comes into play. Ginseng doesn't just boost energy, it restores the masculine flow. In Eastern medicine, Panax ginseng, also known as Korean red ginseng, has been used for over 2,000 years to awaken male vitality. But here's what many don't realize. What makes ginseng special is a compound called ginsenoside, a powerful natural substance that stimulates the production of nitric oxide, a key molecule that helps dilate blood vessels and improve circulation throughout the body, especially to the pelvic area. For older men, this isn't just about sexual performance. It's about the ability to feel, the belief that you're still alive and vibrant, and the confidence to look your partner in the eye and know you're still here, still whole, still a man. I remember one of my former patients, Mr. Wallet, 68 years old, recently retired, married for over 40 years. He walked into my office with a heavy gaze and said softly, "I feel like I'm still here, but some part of me has disappeared." After ruling out other medical causes, I started him on 600 milligrams of standardized Korean red ginseng extract taken every morning. 3 weeks later, he returned, standing taller and smiling for the first time in months. He said, "I feel like I've woken up again. Not just my body, but my mind, and even my marriage." Important note, not all ginseng is created equal. The most effective form is standardized Korean red ginseng, containing at least 5% ginsenosides. This ensures that you're getting a potent, clinically meaningful dose, not just a general energy supplement. Recommended dosage: 600 milligrams each morning, taken consistently every day. Best taken in the morning to support circulation, energy, sensation, and stamina throughout the day. 2. Horny goatweed, the herb that naturally awakens sensitivity and masculinity. Horny goatweed, also known as damseong huok, is one of those rare herbs that can truly help a man reconnect with his body and inner vitality. At first glance, the name horny goatweed often draws chuckles. It sounds more like a marketing gimmick than a serious herbal remedy. But behind this peculiar name lies a scientifically supported truth, backed by centuries of use in traditional Eastern medicine. Horny goatweed is a plant from the Epimedium family, commonly found in China, Korea, and Japan. Its most powerful active compound is icariin, a natural substance that inhibits the enzyme PDE5. If that enzyme sounds familiar, it's because PDE5 is the same enzyme targeted by Viagra to increase blood flow to the genitals. However, unlike prescription drugs that force the body into an instant reaction, icariin works more gently and naturally, helping the body restore healthy circulation and sensitivity over time. More than just blood flow, it balances the mind, hormones, and body. The benefits of horny goatweed go far beyond enhancing blood flow to the intimate areas. It also helps regulate key hormones and emotions, subtle factors that deeply impact a man's well-being, especially later in life. Restores sensitivity. By improving microcirculation, it helps you feel more clearly, more deeply during intimate moments. Reduces cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone. When elevated, it can reduce desire and cloud your thoughts. Horny goat weed helps bring this back into balance. Boosts natural testosterone. Without relying on synthetic hormones, which come with risks, this herb encourages your body to reignite its own testosterone production, safely and steadily. Like most things in nature, horny goatweed isn't a miracle overnight fix. It takes time, but in return, it offers deep, lasting, and meaningful transformation. Recommended dosage: 250 to 500 milligrams daily, using a standardized extract containing at least 10% Icarian. For best results, use consistently for at least 4 to 6 weeks to begin noticing real changes: a sharper body, a calmer mind, and a rekindled sense of emotional connection. It doesn't force you, it works with you. Unlike quick-fix products that make your body perform while you're still feeling depleted inside, horny goatweed works in harmony with your body, not against it. It doesn't force a reaction. It awakens a capacity you already had. It brings back warmth, not just in the physical sense, but from within: self-respect, emotional presence, and confidence when you're with your partner. You don't need to start life over. You just need to restore the flow. If you're going through a season where your body seems to respond more slowly or intimacy feels more distant, you don't need to reinvent your entire life. You just need to restore the blood flow, rebalance your hormones, and rebuild the emotional connection. And horny goatweed, with its gentle, science-backed, and non-invasive approach, could be the quiet yet powerful ally you've been needing. 3. Ginkgo biloba. Awakening the smallest vessels and long-sleeping sensations. When we talk about blood circulation, most people think of heart health or blood pressure. But few realize that the tiniest blood vessels, our capillaries, are what truly determine emotional vitality, sensory sharpness, and the body's ability to respond during intimacy. And that's exactly where Ginkgo biloba, also known as bakwa, plays a very special role. Ginkgo biloba is not a new discovery. It has been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years to improve memory and brain circulation. But what many don't know is that ginkgo also powerfully supports pelvic blood flow, directly influencing erection quality, intimate sensation, and emotional connection. Its greatest power lies in improving microcirculation. Ginkgo's most powerful benefit is its ability to enhance microcirculation, helping blood reach even the smallest, most delicate pathways in your body. These microvessels, often damaged over time by aging, stress, cholesterol buildup, or inflammation, can gradually be revived through consistent support. But ginkgo doesn't work like a temporary stimulant. It doesn't force your body to react. Instead, it reopens forgotten pathways so that when your brain sends signals, your body can actually hear them, understand them, and respond. You may feel less numbness, sharper responsiveness, and even warmth in moments that used to feel cold or disconnected. As blood circulation improves, ginkgo also helps deliver oxygen to your tissues, boosts cellular energy, and helps you feel sharper, more alive, and emotionally connected to your partner again. How to use ginkgo for best results. Recommended dosage: 120 milligrams taken twice a day, morning and afternoon. Choose a standardized extract to ensure effectiveness, not just powdered leaves or raw capsules. Use consistently for at least 4 to 6 weeks to notice clear results, often starting with deeper sleep, a sharper mind, and gradually the return of warmth and connection in your intimate relationships. I once worked with a patient named Frank, 70 years old, a retired military veteran. Physically, he was in good health with no chronic illness, but he quietly said to me, "I don't feel like I'm in my body anymore. It's like I'm slowly losing connection with myself." I recommended a standardized Ginkgo biloba extract, 120 milligrams, twice a day. 6 weeks later, he returned with brighter eyes and a calm but steady voice. I'm not young again, but I'm present again. I can feel again. You haven't lost your sensitivity, you just haven't reopened the door. 4. Tribulus terrestris, when a small plant rekindles the power of manhood. It's not about gray hair or weaker muscles, not about occasional aches or a fading memory. It's something deeper, a quiet fading of masculinity that you can't quite put into words. If you've ever felt that way, know this: you're not alone. And no, you're not past your prime. You're simply missing an internal signal, one that reminds your body, I still have strength, I still have potential, I still have life inside me. Testosterone isn't just a lab number. It's the foundation of male vitality, the morning energy, the zest for life, the sense of control, the clarity in decision-making, and the deep confidence in both everyday life and intimate moments. But over time, your natural testosterone levels begin to decline, quietly, without warning. And one day, you realize you tire more easily, struggle to focus, feel less interest in intimacy, and perhaps worst of all, you no longer recognize the man in the mirror. Tribulus terrestris, the plant that awakens the pituitary and the male spirit. Tribulus terrestris, also known as K. tatley, is a herb that has been used for centuries to naturally restore male vitality. What makes Tribulus unique is that it doesn't deliver synthetic testosterone, which carries many risks, but instead stimulates the pituitary gland to produce LH, which then signals your testicles to naturally increase testosterone production in a steady and safe way. In other words, Tribulus doesn't force your body to react. It helps your body remember how to be strong again. The effects of Tribulus go beyond hormone levels. Once your testosterone begins to rebalance, a cascade of positive changes unfolds. Your body feels more alive. You wake up with more energy and a sense of purpose. Your masculinity returns, not just functionally, but through renewed confidence and presence in your relationships. Your stamina improves in both physical activity and intimacy. Your mood lifts, pushing away the fatigue, anxiety, and low spirit that often accompany aging hormone loss. Recommended dose: 500 milligrams daily, standardized to at least 45% saponins, the key active compound responsible for its effects. Take it in the morning or early afternoon and use consistently for 4 to 6 weeks to allow your body time to recalibrate and respond. I once worked with a man named Richard, a 74-year-old widower who had quietly accepted that the best days were behind me. But after just 6 weeks of using Tribulus, he said, I don't feel young again, but I feel like myself again, whole, alive, with real emotions. Tribulus doesn't create overnight miracles. It's a gentle reminder to your body. You're still here. You still have strength. And there is still much to feel. If you've ever felt disconnected from yourself, Tribulus terrestris might be the quiet bridge that leads you back to your body, to your emotions, and to the pride of being a man. Not from the past, but in the present. Conclusion: you are not done. Your body is simply waiting to be awakened. If you have made it this far, something inside you may be stirring. Maybe a flicker of doubt, maybe a spark of hope, or maybe just a quiet question. Could I still live fully, healthily, and deeply connected like I once did? The answer is yes, you can. And you deserve to. You are not past your prime. The fire inside you hasn't gone out. It's simply tired. It's whispering. And now, more than ever, it needs you to pause, listen, and begin the journey of healing from the most basic level. Not medication, not miracles, just true inner nourishment. You may have tried pills. You've probably heard of the little blue ones, those quick fixes, those tempting promises. But deep down, you know their effects are only temporary. Your body doesn't need to be triggered like a machine. It needs to be nurtured, supported, and restored in the way that nature originally intended. That's why the 4 herbs, Ginseng, Horny goatweed, Ginkgo, and Tribulus are not miracle cures. They are quiet companions working gently beside you. They won't change you overnight, but they will help guide you back to a body that feels alive again, to intimacy that feels real again, and to a sense of self you may have forgotten but never lost. You don't have to change everything tomorrow. Sometimes one small right step can change the entire journey. Choose one herb that fits your body and your situation. Take it regularly and patiently, not for instant results, but to plant seeds for lasting recovery. Talk to your doctor if needed. Health isn't something you should carry alone. And most importantly, open your heart to your partner. There are some things that, when shared, become much lighter. Sometimes all it takes to rekindle a deep connection is one honest sentence. I still want to. I just need a little time for my body to catch up. If something in this message made you pause, don't ignore it. If something inside you stirred, even just a fleeting thought like, maybe I still have a chance, then please don't let it fade. Hold on to that spark. Turn it into something small but real. Buy a bottle of ginseng. Look up information about ginkgo. Share this message with someone you trust. Ask your doctor a question. Or simply sit down and write a few honest lines about how you feel right now. The journey back to vitality doesn't start with a loud drumbeat. It begins with a quiet whisper. Yes, I'll try. And finally, you are not alone. There are thousands, even millions of men out there just like you. Men who have felt themselves slowly fading. Men who once thought it's too late. But then they chose to take a step forward, not because they had no fear, but because they refused to lose the most valuable thing they still had, themselves. And you can make that choice too. Take action today, not because your body is broken, but because it still holds the potential to come alive again, fully, confidently, and with pride. You are not finished. You're just starting again, this time in a better, slower, and more sustainable way.